Yeah, like them rappers say, you already know what the it is. But I'm gonna tell you what it ain't. It ain't Hezeleo poking no sticks at nobody. It ain't Hezeleo picking at nobody. It's Hezeleo minding his business. It's Hezeleo spending time with them zip ties. Sometimes you got to cut the zip ties. No. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You hear me? But yeah, I'm making a video this morning with something on my mind as I grow as a quality trio man. As I grow as a maturing quality mature man, I understand everybody don't respond the same. Adverse situations, altercations, arguments, verbal threats, everybody don't respond the same. And I would suggest, as people of color, that we find something better. We find something else better to do. Like, leave each other alone. Quit fucking with each other. You know what I mean? Because everybody ain't gonna respond the same. And I remember in my lifetime, I was being taught these situations throughout life experiences, and my older brother who was telling me basically to cut the shit. You know what I mean? I was going through a transition in life where I was beginning to understand that the environment wasn't as friendly as I once thought it was. So, as I'm moving through the environment and the environment coming alive, I'm being gullible. But it's two sides to it. Being gullible and being conditioned by the environment to become, you know what I'm saying, a part of the environment which was aggressive and dangerous. You know what I mean? I felt to survive in that exact environment, I would have to become a part of those elements. So it took, you know what I'm saying, a couple years and whatnot, but eventually I became a part of that environment. In a sense, I lost myself a bit because in my natural state, I was a happy, gullible kid, naive, gullible kid. But because the environment was not built for that, you know what I mean, I had to become what the environment was. So I somewhat lost myself. And in that period of losing myself, I found myself challenging and getting into altercations and confrontations more than usual. And it just became a part of who I was. And I remember one night, we were finna go to a party. We were finna go to a party we wasn't invited to. We did that quite often. We attended gatherings and parties that we wasn't invited to, because we was the type of individuals that if you wasn't gonna say, hey, y'all wasn't invited, get y'all ass out of here, we were gonna eat and get drunk, and by the time y'all realized that we wasn't supposed to be there, we already got what we wanted, you know what I mean? So we was on our way to a party, just mobbing. There was probably about 5 of us. And I had jumped on this shit about, I need to test my knockout power. I ain't getting in enough fights. I need to test my knockout power. And so I was on some ignorant shit. I was just walking up to individuals, just dropping them. You know what I mean? On some real immature, ignorant shit. And so I was approaching an individual. It was dark. He had a hat pulled down. And he had a coat on and shit. And I'm approaching the individual like I'm finna go knock his ass out. You know what I mean? And my big brother telling me, man, you gotta cut that shit out, my nigga. Somebody gonna, you know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna stank your bitch ass up out here. So just straight up, nigga told me straight up, somebody gonna stank your bitch ass up out here with all that hoe ass shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, I'm finna go knock this nigga ass out. You know what I mean? So as I'm approaching the individual, my little thing was ask for a cigarette, and then when a nigga reached for the cigarette, bam! So I'm finna try my old dumb shit, and my big brother all the while telling me, no, don't do that, no. I'm not paying attention. As I'm walking up to the main had a motherfucking chrome, I don't know what it was, but it was he had it, and he, like when you seen his hand, you ain't see it, but the closer I got, it started dropping out like this, and it was about that long. So from his hand to whatever it was he had, it started dropping out, right? But I still didn't see it. And so my brother saw the street light hit the side of that hoe, and the bitch bling. The bitch like bling, you know, like on a video game. And my brother like, now my brother ain't saying like, no, don't do that. My brother's screaming, say, my nigga, I told you no, get back, get away from that dude. You know what I mean? And so as I got closer, the street light went on, turned me on to it. The street light blinged off that hoe, and I looked, nigga had a blade about that long. Looked like a little mini sword. But I'd already asked the nigga for the cigarette. And the nigga looked me dead in my eyes. Like on the motherfucking Clint Eastwood movie. And nigga say, nah, I ain't got no cigarettes. You know what I mean? But I didn't move that day. I went on and thought about it. I said, you know what? If my brother wouldn't have been here to tell me, watch out, that nigga got a blade, and you finna go assault that man for no reason, that nigga probably would have gutted my bitch ass like a hog. You know what I mean? Under that street light, nigga, I would have been a stinking motherfucker with his guts hanging out. Easy. But I'm saying all that to say, man, everybody ain't gonna rock the same, man. You might just want to do some physical fighting. You might be good with the hands and might just want to pap. But that nigga you might be papping might be traumatized and never want to go through that type of situation again. And he might respond differently. He might not want to fight. You know what I mean? So I would suggest, man, leave each other alone, man. If it ain't no catastrophic situations taking place where you gotta respond because somebody didn't harm your family, hurt your mama, slap your wife. You know what I mean? Somebody ain't done no traumatic ass, catastrophic ass shit like that. Leave each other alone. Because everybody ain't rocking the same, man. You know what I mean? I remember another incident. I was at a club and I was responding to a situation that took place. Some shit had popped off with my little brother. And when he came and told me about it, I was still in that hothead young nigga phase. You know what I mean? And so all I can think about is when I see the nigga, you know what I mean? I'm on the nigga head. That's my only thought process. Everything else going on in life, I'm only thinking about at the end of the day. When I see this nigga, I got to get on his ass. And the nigga was older than me, you know what I mean? The nigga was older than me. And I thought maybe, you know what I'm saying, it'd be a good bout because we about the same height. But the nigga is older than me. So I'm pretty sure he gonna give me a run for my money. You know what I mean? And so when I see the nigga, long story short, I'm a little too high strung. So I get on his ass. I get on his ass like an old dog. And I ain't gonna bullshit you. I went a little overboard, you hear me? I went a little overboard. And I ain't gonna get into too much detail because I don't want the, you know, the individual believing that I'm basking in the ignorance. Like I'm celebrating and enjoying the ignorance. But that ain't what it is. 1 second. Yes, sir. Look like I need an inspection. Yes, sir. Yes. Close my curtain to my my Rolls Royce. You know, nigga got curtains, curtains. They got curtains in the double R. Yeah. So look, I get on the homie ass pretty bad. You dig? And the niggas lightweight jumped me out there. But I'm so motherfucking fired up at the time. I'm every bit of like 250, fit as a fiddle, you know what I mean? I jump higher than the bitch, I run fast. I'm like, I'm probably at the best, I'm at the best fitness level of my life at this time, you know what I mean? So the niggas lightweight jump me, but it don't go well, you know what I'm saying? Even though they lightweight jump me, I'm still on all their ass like a dog. But the one nigga I kind of punished the nigga a little too much, you know what I mean? And so later on that night, I get to the crib, and as I'm in the crib chilling, not saying that the individuals made this happen, but you figure it out. You put 2 and 2 together. Once we in the crib chilling, and then, you know what I'm saying, I'm kind of telling my little brother what popped off. 4th of July start popping off. You know what I mean? Niggas started 4th of July in my house. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. Y'all niggas from the hood. Ain't no Hollywood niggas on this here. So yeah, the boys started 4th of July in my house. And so, you know, that turned into a whole little firework display. You know, we started trading fireworks. But the thing was, I wasn't thinking he was going to respond like that. Because I was thinking, he an older nigga. He's supposed to be a G nigga in the streets. And he violated, you know what I'm saying? He done some shit to my younger brother who younger than me, who way younger than him. So he should have expected some kind of, you know, altercation and confrontation. He should have expected it like that. That's not what you thought. You know what I mean? What you thought? Thought you was just gonna. Nah. So basically, but his response, I didn't expect his response. But that started teaching me. You can't control the way another individual respond to adverse and altercations and situations. So if you ain't ready to play with them fireworks, you know, if you ain't ready to throw black cats at each other, and shoot off Roman calendars at each other. Leave that shit alone. Because a lot of times, some niggas ready to go all the way. You know what I mean? It's an old saying. You normally heard old niggas say it. Hey, don't fuck with him. He play for keeps. Now, when you were younger, that phrase probably didn't resonate. You probably didn't understand what they were saying. But as you got a little older, you started to realize what he play for keeps mean. So these days, there's a lot of individuals that, for whatever reason, in their life, they've made up their mind to play for keeps. And that's why the graveyard is being filled at an enormous rate. That's why the graveyards are making a silent killing. Because of the people that's playing for keeps, you know, in the streets. So, like I say again, my thing is, if an individual have not caused any physical harm or financial harm that's so devastating, leave that shit alone. Like right now, they be having all kind of shit said on the internet, this and that, this and that. Man, I don't give two fucks about none of that shit. You know what I mean? Long as a nigga ain't up in my personal space. Nigga say what he want. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? But in my personal space, you know, that's a different situation. And I saw, as we all saw a couple weeks ago, the gentleman who took it upon himself to shoot out of his window and hit the 6-year-old child. I thank God to not be in a situation like that. Because that type of situation will change a nigga life. That type of situation will alter my residence. It will change my address. It will change my living conditions. It will change my neighbors. It will change my clothes. If you know what I mean. I do my best. I do my best to stay out of mess and mind my business. And when I get through doing that, I start minding my business some more. I like girls now. I like to hang out with the girls. I like to spend me some intimate time with a sweet smelling, curvy woman. You know what I mean? And enjoys her company. I like that. I like that. But at the same time, we can't get too locked in with anything, because just being black, it can change your address. It can change your clothes. It can change everything about you. You know what I mean? So I would just suggest, again, let's try to live better. Let's try to do better. Let's try to be better. And if that don't work for you, hey, do what you do. But me being an older Trillgear quality man, it's done right for me. It's been good for me for some years. A lot of things have really calmed down. A lot of the physical altercations and wars and drama has really calmed down. And I thank God for that. Because when I was living in that lifestyle, my second thought was, I'm going to jail. My second thought on a day-to-day in and out, I'm going to prison. That's why I dressed like, if you saw me back in the day, I was wearing clothes like I was locked up. Because I knew at any minute, the way I was living, the people I was hanging with, that I was subjected to get arrested and, and change my address. You know what I mean? But God had a different plan for me. God had a different plan for me. And I am so thankful. Because I got partners still to this day that say, boy, you done some of everything, you know what I'm saying? And look how you turned out. So that ain't nothing but God. You know what I mean? That ain't nothing but God steering and guiding me, you know what I mean, to a better place mentally, to where, you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna keep y'all too long, but I'm gonna just wrap it up and just tell y'all, everybody ain't gonna respond to every adverse situation or altercation the same way. You know what I mean? So if you are living that type of lifestyle and you offending people physically, mentally, however, just know the type of game you're playing. Just understand that, unfortunately, there are no rules to this game. And also understand you playing with the game of life. And that life can be given or that life can be taken. It's your boy Hezeleo. It is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. And it's going to do what it's going to do.